Some villages feel peaceful. Dorchester-on-Thames feels different. Behind the quiet streets and the stone cottages are stories that refuse to disappear. A medieval abbey built on ancient ground. An inn where guests still report seeing figures that shouldn't be there. And centuries of unexplained encounters that continue to this day. This is Dorchester-on-Thames. Welcome to Something Stayed Here. Some places don't tell you they're haunted. You feel it when you arrive. Dorchester-on-Thames is one of England's oldest settlements. Long before the Norman conquest, long before the Abbey, people lived, worshipped, and were buried here. Archaeological evidence suggests human activity in the area stretches back thousands of years. Romans occupied the site. Saxons settled here. Then in the 12th century, Dorchester Abbey rose above the village. For centuries, life and death revolved around this small Oxfordshire community. Generations were baptised here, married here, buried here. And perhaps that's why so many stories seem unwilling to leave. Because some places accumulate history, and others seem to absorb it. At the heart of the village stands Dorchester Abbey, one of the most impressive medieval churches in England. The current structure dates largely from the 12th century, although religious worship on the site stretches even further back. Visitors often describe the building as beautiful. Others describe it as unsettling. Over the years, there have been reports of unexplained footsteps echoing through empty sections of the Abbey. People have described feelings of being watched despite being completely unknown. Others report sudden cold spots appearing in otherwise still conditions. None of these experiences can be verified, but the reports have remained remarkably consistent. Perhaps that's not surprising. After all, countless lives have passed through these walls over nearly 1,000 years. How many stories does a place remember after that long? The most persistent stories in Dorchester often centre around a building a short walk away, the George Hotel. The hotel dates back to around 1495 and is believed to be one of England's oldest surviving coaching inns. For centuries it provided shelter to travellers moving from London to Oxfordshire. Merchants, pilgrims, soldiers. Coaches arrived day and night, and countless people passed through its doors. Today the building still retains much of its medieval character. Timber beams and uneven flooring, hidden corners, and according to many guests, not everyone has checked out. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures moving through the corridors before disappearing entirely. Others describe unexplained footsteps in empty rooms. Some have reported waking during the night with the feeling that someone was standing beside their bed. One of the most frequently repeated stories involves sightings of a mysterious figure dressed in historical clothing, appearing only briefly before vanishing without explanation. No photograph has ever confirmed these reports. No investigation has provided definitive answers. Yet the stories continue. Generation after generation after generation, guest after guest. The details often change, but the feeling rarely does. The George is not the only building linked to unexplained experiences. Stories have also emerged from other historic properties around the village, including the White Hart. As with many century-old inns, tales range from strange sounds to fleeting apparitions. Most remain impossible to verify. But taken individually, each story is easy to dismiss. Together, they create something more interesting, a pattern. A village where unusual experiences seem to follow the history. Perhaps that's why Dorchester-on-Thames has earned such a reputation among those interested in England's haunted locations. Not because of one dramatic ghost story, but because so many small stories seem to overlap, like pieces of a puzzle nobody has quite solved. Dorchester-on-Thames doesn't rely on dark legends or shocking tales. Its mystery is quieter than that. It lives in old stone, ancient pathways and stories repeated over centuries. Whether the reports are paranormal or coincidence or simply the imagination responding to history, the village continues to leave an impression on those who visit. Because sometimes a haunting isn't about seeing a ghost. Sometimes it's about a feeling that the past never quite left.